Angels are self-begat, self-raised, says Satan. And we have known no time when we were not as we are now. Go and take this defiance back to God before anything worse happens to you, Abigail. And so Abigail flies through the night, flies back to the Mount of God, expecting to bring the news of the angelic rebellion. But the news is already known, and preparations for the defense of heaven are well underway. God then praises Abigail, praises him from inside a golden cloud, telling the angel that he has won the more difficult battle, the moral battle, by standing up for what is just and right, and that now comes the easier fight. Commanded by the archangel Michael, the warrior angel, and the leader of the heavenly forces, and Gabriel, his second in command, the celestial army of God marches out in perfect order. All are dressed in military splendor and hope to fight for the Lord with grace and mercy. Other angels fly over the ground with them, hovering over the celestial army, hovering like birds of prey. The two armies meet each other. They meet each other after marching a distance that is 10 times longer than the earth. Satan descends from his gold chariot and walks towards the celestial army of the Lord, as Abigail, the loyal angel, becomes the champion of God's army and strikes the first blow against the rebel leader. But as the war rages on, Satan fights fiercely, defeating all who come near him. When he sees the archangel Michael cutting down squadrons of rebel angels with the flaming sword that he swings with both hands, Satan thrusts his great shield, a shield that is as large as the moon, between the flaming sword and its intended victims. Michael then challenges Satan to single combat. The archangel Michael is virtue personified, for virtue is necessary to vanquish evil and chaos and overcome the forces of darkness. Michael's sword is the symbol of cosmic conjunction, the blade and the guard, and also the symbol of the Holy Cross. The sword of iron has the power to ward off evil spirits and the power to wound and destroy. And it is symbolic of liberty, strength, the Spirit, and the Word of God, the instrument proper of the noble knight and defender of the forces of light against the forces of darkness. For the sword is filled with magic power, the power to fight off the personification of dark and evil forces. Steel has the transcendent toughness of the spiritual, and Michael's sword is on fire. Fire being the symbol of divine energy and the vitality of the sun itself. The heat of the flame and the coldness of the metal synthesize in the hands of the archangel Michael. The duel between Michael and Satan is like the battle between two erupting stars. But Michael has the advantage of a tempered blade, and he chops Satan's sword in half and then pierces Satan's side as he lifts his sword arm. Satan experiences pain for the first time, and a stream of liquid light that turns into a putrid black ooze pours from Satan's wound. But of course, being immortal, Satan soon recovers. Now Moloch, who is Satan's third in command, and will one day become the god of the Ammonites, the Canaanite god of fire, and will have Israelite children sacrificed to him, suffers an even more terrible wound soon afterwards, when he is split down to the waist, split in two by the archangel Gabriel. But again, the wound is not fatal. Now, it soon becomes obvious that the rebel angels are getting the worst of the fight, for the celestial forces of the Lord have not sinned or disobeyed. and their strength and discipline comes from their love for and obedience to God. The war in heaven stops for the night, but Satan does not rest. He calls a war council to discuss their next move. Satan